Hello, 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 Ninja Warriors. Welcome to yet another power-packed session of J Advanced, wherein we are going to discuss most scoring chapter of J Advanced based on 5-year analysis. I can say that matrices and determinants is most scoring. I can see that it is one of the high-weighted chapters as well. Okay, it was a high-weighted chapter in J Main, and it is a high weightage chapter in J Advanced over here. So before I start any further, let's do the ritual. Okay, you have to like the session, you have to right away like the session and let me know in the chat box that ma'am you're clearly audible and visible. Let me just open the chat box. Okay, all right. Hi Diya, how are you? Okay. Hi Revati, thank you so much. Hi Saradhi. Okay. Hi Abdul. All right. Okay. So I think I am perfectly audible and visible. Matrices and determinants. Today's session is going to be super duper interesting for you and highly beneficial for your JEE Advanced examination. Okay. Some questions will look like a scene from your horror movie as well. The moment you look at it, you'll be like, oh, I'm scared. I don't want to see this. But you know what? Trust me, some questions visually looks quite scary, but in real life, they are not scary, just like any other horror movie, right? Because trailer seems very promising, very scary, but when you go and when you buy the ticket and watch that movie, you feel like, no, it was not that scary. Same goes with some questions of matrices and determinants, okay? So this question, I think, must do chapter for all the J Advanced serious aspirants, okay? All right. Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Hi, Amar. How are you? Okay. All right. Perfect. Let me just refresh it so that I can see your chats clear cut. Yes. One more thing. This is going to be, yes, very interesting lecture. Okay. All right. Although I'm planning to take one more lecture on matrices and determinants. Why? Because you know what, matrices and determinant, again, you need more practice. Okay. So in this session, what we are going to do is, I want your maximum participation, because I don't know, I have immense faith in you that you will be able to decode this question. At the same time, you will be able to answer this question of J Advanced which I am bringing over here. So I'm going to give you some time to solve each and every question. Okay. Because I want you to apply your brains in all the questions. Okay. All right. Yes. I think the agenda is set. And for all of those who are new to the session, new to the channel, this is my brief introduction. My name is Namrata and I have over more than 10 years of teaching experience. I have been taking offline batches in the past, okay, and online batches approximately post-COVID. I have started taking online batches, okay. I have experience of teaching J Advanced batch as well, got various selections in IITs, NITs, BITS and other reputed colleges as well. Okay, all right. Everyday classes are continuing. Yes, I told you now. Now J Advanced continuity will be there. Okay. All righty. The very first question. I don't know how many of you find this question a little bit scary, because you know what? So many things. Transpose is there, inverse is there, ma'am. Trace is there. Then can you see, ma'am? Determinant is there. So many complicated expression. So this is nothing less than a horror movie scene. But you know what? If you solve this question with me, you'll be like, okay, ma'am, this question is quite doable if you read this question. In J Advanced, unlike J Main, you will get more time to dive deeper in the question. Okay. This is not that kind of question you read it and just you do it. If it is coming, not coming. No. We are not here to do that. This is J Advanced. So you have to read the question very carefully. And you have to check each and every option, because this particular thing is a multi-select question from J Advanced. Multi-select. You know what is multi-select? Multi-select questions. Multi-select more than one correct. That is number one thing. So we need to check each and every option. That is one thing. Another thing which I will highly recommend is, just write all the properties of matrices in one paper, in one go. Okay, now that you have written all the properties, just go through those one property, and now you don't need to just cram it. You have to solve enough elementary questions on each and every property, so that those property you don't have to remember it. It will be automatically by default will be in your muscle memory by solving question, by practicing question, because this is not a chemistry, this is a mathematics subject. This is how you learn formula. Learning formula in mathematics, no chemistry approach will be applied. You just have to understand, write the formulas, practice practice questions on each and every property, and hence you're going to remember all the properties. Okay, all right, yes, clear? Now understand. Thank you, undefined. Okay, now let's start. Let's read this question. X and Y are two non-singular matrix. Now anybody can tell me what is the meaning of non-singular? See, if you're reading JEE advanced question, your mindset will be different. Non-singular means determinant non-zero. Determinant X and determinant Y both cannot be equals to 0. So by reading the question, automatically that image, that picture, that implication should be there already. Now, if X and Y are two non-singular matrix such that 3X minus 4Y Y transpose is equals to identity matrix. Okay, this is what this equation is given to you. First equation, and one more thing, Y inverse is equals to 2X transpose. Getting it, everybody? Yes. And trace, so you know what is trace? Trace is nothing but sum of diagonal elements is your trace. So I think two things are given to you, and 4 options they are asking. 3x cube plus x square, then we have so many things. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's do one thing. Y inverse is equals to 2x transpose. Can I use this? Let's use this. Y inverse is equals to 2x transpose. Let us do one thing. Let us multiply y on both the sides. Post multiplication of y. So if I post multiply y, I will realize that if I multiply y, I am gonna get, so this is your y, this is also your y. So clearly this is identity matrix is equals to 2x transpose into y. Now let us leave this over here because I can't do anything about this. At the moment, I cannot do anything about this, right? Let's do one more thing. Let's just use this. 3x minus 4y y transpose is equals to I. Okay, let's use this. Now, the one thing which I can do over here is take transpose both the sides. Taking transpose both the sides. Now, a property of transpose will come into the picture. A minus B whole transpose will be A transpose B transpose. So, this is 3x transpose. So, 3x transpose minus 4. Now, y transpose. See, understand. Remember that property AB transpose is equals to B transpose, A transpose. The reversal law will be applicable over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, see, 3x transpose, 3 will be as it is, 4 will be as it is. Now, y transpose, whole transpose. Now, the transpose of the second, the later one, transpose of yt will be there. So this is y and this is y transpose. I think it is coming same. If you take transpose of this quantity, you will get the same thing. Identity transpose is I only. Okay. So 3x transpose. Okay. Alright. One more thing I can see over here is, as per this question, can I check, can I see one question, can I see one thing over here? 3x transpose minus 4y y transpose is equals to identity matrix, right? Okay. So over here, okay, let's do one thing. Can I do one thing? Can I multiply y over here? Let's multiply y. If I multiply y, so 3x transpose, sorry. So 3x transpose was already there, y. Post multiplying y. This is minus 4. Y into y transpose into one more y is equals to I. Okay. Alright. Is equals to, sorry, y. Yes, am I able to get anything out of it? No, right? 3x transpose. What should I do? 2x transpose is equals to y inverse. Can I mark y inverse over here? Or rather, let me mark y inverse. Okay, I think let's do y inverse. X transpose, let's do one thing. Now, rather than that, x transpose is y inverse by 2, correct? So this is 3y inverse by 2 minus 4y y transpose is equals to identity matrix. One more y shall I multiply? One more y. Oops, I am unable to decode this question, okay? Let me just, give me a moment. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing out on something. Oops. Yes. How can I miss it? Oops, we are going great. Okay. So I think we are going great. This is the very first equation. 3x minus 4y y transpose is equals to identity matrix. Taking transpose both the sides. So if I take transpose, this will be 3x transpose minus 4. If I take transpose of this is y transpose. And this is identity matrix. Can you see that over here, the moment I take, this is the second equation and this is your first equation, correct? Second equation and first equation. If you observe these two equations, don't you see that 3x minus 4y y transpose is equals to identity and 3x transpose minus 4y y transpose is also identity. That simply means very interesting thing that x transpose and x should be equal. X is equals to x transpose. That means X is a symmetric matrix. X is a symmetric matrix. X is a symmetric matrix. Everybody understanding it? Yes. So if X is a symmetric matrix, X is equals to X transpose. So from here, one more thing I can write, right? One more thing I can write, that Y inverse is nothing but 2 times X. Y inverse is 2X, correct? If, now understand over here. Are you saying X is a symmetric matrix? Yes, ma'am. If X is a symmetric matrix, then 2X will also be a symmetric matrix. Yes, ma'am. Definitely, 2X will also be a symmetric matrix. If 2X is symmetric matrix, then Y inverse will also be symmetric. Yes or no? Y inverse is also a symmetric matrix. Okay? Y inverse is also symmetric matrix. Clear? Okay. If Y inverse is symmetric matrix, that means Y inverse transpose is equals to Y inverse. Okay. And you know that the inverse and transpose are interchangeable. So Y transpose inverse is nothing but Y inverse. And now if this is there, then Y transpose is also Y. Y is also symmetric matrix. Y is also symmetric matrix. Clear? Okay, everybody. Hi Siva Kumari, how are you? After so long, you're getting it? You're coming now. Okay, let's start answering the question. Okay, let's start with B option. Trace of this. So let me just write the B option right here. B option, let's start with B option. Okay, B option is trace of 2x inverse plus identity matrix. Then we have minus 2xy and we have plus 4y cube. Okay, and this is equals to 9 by 2. We need to check. Now 2x inverse. See, understand. 2x inverse. Can you see from here 2x is equals to y inverse? What does that mean? That 2xy is equals to identity matrix. What does that mean? 2x and y are inverse of each other. So can you see, the moment you see 2x inverse, whenever you see 2x inverse, everywhere you see 2x inverse, you can write y in place of 2x inverse. So this is your y. So this is trace of y plus I minus 2xy is identity. So I minus I. Can you see this is going to be 0 plus null matrix plus 4y cube is equals to 9 by 2. So trace of y plus 4y cube is equals to 9 by 2. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, I can see 3x minus 4y y transpose. 3x minus 4y y transpose is, as per the question, is identity matrix. Okay. Alright. Now 3x, see over here 3x is given to you, right? 3x. So 3x, and obviously transpose also can be taken. So if I do one thing, let's multiply y throughout. Let's do y throughout. Why we are doing that? See, if we multiply y, I'm gonna get y cube. It is so obvious that this equation needs a y in it. So this is 3xy minus 4, this is y, this is also y, and there is one more y. Y transpose is y only, na? So there is one more y. So 4y cube is equals to y. Clearly 3xy is equals to y plus 4y cube. Can you see that? And xy, see 2xy I told you is identity matrix. So xy is I by 2. So this is 3 by 2 identity matrix. 3 by 2 identity matrix. Okay. Is equals to y plus 4y cube. Can you see this is 3 by 2? So trace of 3 by 2 identity matrix. Trace of identity matrix will be what? 3. So this is 3 by 2 into 3, so 9 by 2. That means option B, if I talk about option B, it looks absolutely correct. Okay. Alright. Yes. Option B absolutely right. Yes, Shiva Kumari. 98 percentile in maths. Kya baat hai? Very good. Very nice. So let me just conclude this option B over here. 99 percentile, Amar. What are you doing? Are you guys killing it? Okay. It's a PYQ. Yes. We are doing PYQs only. See, now let me just tell you about this question. Let me conclude. What did we do? So first thing we did is, okay, 3x minus 4y y transpose is equals to identity. I have taken transpose and I realized the only thing which got changed in this equation is x became x transpose. Rest everything was same. That means x and x transpose are equal. Even if you subtract these two equations, you will realize that x and x transpose are equal. If x and x transpose are becoming equal, then y inverse is actually becoming what? 2 times x. Okay. So that means the right hand side of this is symmetric matrix. Left hand side, y inverse is also symmetric and y is also symmetric. If inverse is symmetric, then determine that matrix is also symmetric. 3 things we have got symmetric till now. Number 1 x, number 2 y, then y inverse. Okay. Alright. Yes. Alright. Yes, I think this is clear now. Now one more thing, I think similar thing. 2x inverse. So I told you that 2x and y are inverse of each other. So 2x inverse, I can write y plus 4y cube. Y plus 4y cube we have just proved. This is nothing but 3 by 2i. And you know what? The property of matrices 3 by 2 will come out. This is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So 3 by 2 whole cube. 27 by 8 is the correct answer. That means option C is also absolutely right. Okay. C is absolutely correct, my dear students. Now option D. Let's start with option D. Okay. So 2 times y transpose. You know that y is a symmetric matrix. So this is y plus 4y cube. Again, this is your y. Y plus 4y cube is 3 by 2 identity minus 5yx. Yx is I by 2. So this is 5 by 2 I. Correct? So 3 minus 5 is minus. So minus 1. So minus time identity matrix 3 cross 3. So minus 1 cube into 1. So that means this is minus 1. Option D is also absolutely right, my dear students. Okay, option D is absolutely right, my dear students. Now here comes the chance for option number A, trace of this. Okay, so trace of, let me just write 3x cube. Let us take x square common. So let us take x square common. If x square, if I take common, we are going to get 3 times x plus I is equals to 3. Okay. Now let's convert completely in terms of y. Okay. Let's do it. Let's try writing in terms of y. Okay. So 3x. Okay. Yes. If you see, 3x can be written down as I plus 4y square. 3x can be written down as I plus 4y square. So this is I plus 4y square. Okay. So this is trace x square and this is I plus 4y square. I plus 4y square. Correct or not? Now multiply trace of x square plus 4xy. Understand, this x, y and 4 if you combine, see x into y will be what? xy is identity by 2. So this is 2xy and this whole over here will become identity matrix. So trace of x square plus identity matrix is what they are looking for. Trace of x square plus identity matrix is what they are looking for. Now x square is multiplied now. So x square plus identity, yes, plus identity. Okay. And if I multiply x over here, what do I get? 3x square minus over here, this is 4xy. So this is 2y transpose plus is equals to identity matrix. So 3x square will be I plus 2y by 3. I plus 2y by 3. I plus 2y by 3. Okay, so trace will be, am I having anything wrong over here? Let me check. Let me just do this part a little on a next page. Trace 3x cube plus x square. So trace 3x cube plus x square. This is what you are looking for, right? Now I am taking x square common. So you are going to get 3 plus, sorry, what was the question? 3x cube plus x square, correct? So 3x plus identity. And one more thing which is given over here, 3x minus, so 3x is identity plus 4y transpose. So 3x is equals to identity plus 4y square. Actually it is 4y square. Y transpose, right? So trace of x square and this is 3x. 3x will be nothing but I plus 4y square plus identity. I don't know, I have a feeling this should be minus. This should be 3x cube minus x square. Okay. Alright. Let's see. Or this is trace of, now I plus 4y square you have written. So this is 2i plus 4y square and this is x square. So trace of, now what will this become? 2x square plus this will be nothing but identity matrix. 2x square plus identity matrix, anybody? 2x square plus identity matrix. 2x square. So the trace will be 3 or what? I think if at all it is minus sign, then it will get cancelled out, 4y square. Yes, sorry students, I think there is a mistake in the question itself. Oops, I told you now. I think there is a mistake. So this is 3x cube minus x square. Now it's perfect. Okay. Now calculate x square common. So this is 3x minus identity. 3x minus identity is what? 3x minus identity is 4y square. So this is trace of x square into 4y square will be nothing but identity matrix. Trace of identity matrix is 3. So option A is also correct. Option A is also correct. So I think this question has a misprint. Option A is also correct. All 4 options are correct. Have a look, let me know. Okay, have a look, let me know. Alright, I am deleting this because no need to do this. Easy question. I think this was a easy question. Everybody, yes? Got it? Gotcha? Gotcha? है ना? There was a negative sign. If you're not having negative sign, obviously you will get incorrect answer. So I was also like, why is it not getting created? Next question on your screen. Now, you know what matrices is that chapter? J Advance plays a lot with matrices chapter. J Advance Club. Matrices with probability, matrices with complex numbers, matrices with trigonometry, permutation and combination, and so on. Okay? All right. Yes, next question. This is an easy question. Matrices of order 3 cross 3 are formed using the elements of the set A. There are 7 elements in set A. Okay. Then the probability that matrix is either symmetric or skew symmetric. Understand now this question. See, you have to create a 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay. 3 cross 3. 3 cross 3, that means you need to pick 9 elements. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It can be either symmetric or it can be skew symmetric. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So just help me in selecting symmetric matrix, and the elements can only selected or picked from this particular set. Okay. Now symmetric matrix, I hope you are aware how is the symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix mein there will be diagonal elements. Okay, there is no condition on diagonal elements. But if you pick D over here, you have to pick same D over here, same element. This conjugate elements will be same. D, D. Then if there is E, there will be E. Okay. Then if there is F, there is F. So if you understand, for understanding symmetric matrix, you need A, B, C, that is diagonal elements. And apart from that, you only need to pick these 3 elements, because automatically this thing will be selected. These 3 elements, these 3 elements will be selected. So you need to only focus on these 6 elements. Automatically, if this is D, this will be D. If this is E, this will be E. This is F, this will be F. Okay. So only 6 elements. You are only worried about 6 elements over here. So now let's apply our brains. We have 7 elements. Out of 7 elements, so A can be, how many options do this place or this position have? 7 options. It can be either -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then we are having D. This position is also 7 options. This position is 7 options. So basically 7 power 6 are the number of, what do we say? I am writing the favorable outcomes. Total outcomes, so everybody know, 7 raised to power 9. Because there are 9 elements, total outcomes. Without any condition, how many matrix are possible? 7 power 9. Okay, I am talking about symmetric matrix. Now they are saying or skew symmetric. Apply your brains. Now can anybody tell me in the chat box? 7 power what? Guess. 7 power what? Ma'am, can we alter the orders? Which order are you talking about? Okay. Alright, so now you need skew symmetric. I think you should be aware what is exactly a skew symmetric matrix. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. Diagonal elements in skew symmetric matrix are fixed. 0, 0, 0. If I talk about non-diagonal elements, if you pick 1 over here, you automatically conjugate element will be the negative 1. Okay. So you just want this, this and this. Rest, this 3 elements will be conjugate. You pick this, same negative sign will be there. If it is 2, it will be minus 2. It is 3, minus 3. Right? Like this. So just pick this element. So that is going to give you what? Only pick these 3. 7 options for this, 7 options for this, 7 options for this. So 7 cube. Okay, 7 cube. Why 4? Why 4? 7 cube. Are you getting my point? Symmetric, skew symmetric. Okay. Alright. Now one more thing. I don't know how many of you are forgetting. There is one matrix which will be called as symmetric matrix, which will be counted as symmetric matrix as well as skew symmetric matrix. One matrix which will be counted as both symmetric and skew symmetric. Which is that matrix? Can anybody tell me? So you have to, because you have included that particular matrix here as well as here. So you have counted that matrix twice. So you need to subtract minus 1. This is nothing but null guy. Yes, null matrix. Okay. So now your probability will be nothing but 7 power 6 plus 7 power 3 minus 1 upon 7 power 9. Probability, if I say it will be 1 by 7 cube plus 1 by 7 power 6 minus 1 by 7 power 9. Now if you take 1 by 7 cube, it will be 1 plus 1 by 7 cube minus 1 by 7 power 6. So 1 plus, so which one is the correct? I think we don't have to do it. This is absolutely correct. Option D, absolutely correct. Yes? Okay. Weightage of matrix in JEE Mains. Why are you looking for JEE Mains? JEE Main is done, na? JEE Main is done. Why JEE Main again? Now the next question on your screen. Next question, okay? Let a matrix of order 2 is this. This is matrix of order 2, okay? Where the elements can be minus 1, 0 and 1. When matrix is of order 2, then the question becomes slightly easy actually. Because now you have only 4 elements to deal with, A, B, C, D. You can assume that if at all required, you can assume that matrix also. Acha Shravanan, are you 2026 aspirant? Abdul is saying option C, ma'am, from previous question. Let me check. Option C. Sorry, I have ticked incorrect option. Yes. Option C, absolutely right. Sorry. This. As per this question, we have a matrix of order 2 whose elements are minus 1, 0 and 1. Adjoint A is minus A. Determinant. So, two things they have given. Adjoint A is equals to minus A. I hope you remember the properties. And second thing, determinant A is minus 1. Number of such matrices what they are talking about. Now, this is a very good question. Okay. Yashwant, I'm going to write on 2027. So, you are studying matrices and determinants, that too for JEE Advanced. And Yashwant is saying 2026 aspirant. Mind maps. Yashwant, mind maps, I have already taken session on mind maps and I have attached those mind maps in the session description. You go to the any session and just check out the description, you will see there. Okay. Alright. You have done only 4 mind maps. Yashwant, we'll do mind maps, all the mind maps this year. Okay. Alright. Yes. Okay. Everybody getting it, understanding this? Okay. Now, can anybody tell me the properties of matrices? A times adjoint A is nothing but determinant A times I. How many of you are aware about this property? Come on, this is a very popular property. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to multiply it with A. So A times adjoint A is equals to minus A square. Okay, now A times adjoint A, this is minus sign. A times adjoint A is determinant A into I is equals to minus A square, and determinant A is actually minus 1. Let's put the value. So A minus I is equals to minus A square. That means A square is identity matrix. What do we call? A square is equals to identity matrix, my dear students. Okay, A square is identity matrix. Clear? Perfect. Okay. What does that mean? That simply means that A and A inverse, A and A are inverse of each other. है ना? A and A are inverse of each other. Yes or no? Can I write? Yes. If multiplication of two matrices identity matrix, that means they are inverse of each other. Inverse of A is A only. Can we call it? Okay. Alright. Let's do one thing now. See. Adjoint A is equals to minus A. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to take your A matrix, which is A, B, C, D. So adjoint A becoming minus A. Let's create this. Adjoint A. How to calculate adjoint A? So adjoint A is equals to, if you interchange, this is D, this is A, this is minus B, minus C. And okay, this is adjoint A, correct? Short trick to calculate adjoint of A of 2 cross 2 matrix. Interchange the diagonal elements and change the sign of non-diagonal elements. And this is equals to minus A. So this is minus A, minus B, minus C and minus D. Now equate. Clearly D should be equals to minus A. Right? A and D should be equals. A plus D is equals to 0. That is first condition we are getting from equating these two and these two also. B and C both are, I can clearly see. One more thing, that from here, now that A and D are equal but opposite in sign, so can I just write minus A over here? So determinant A from here, can anybody tell me? Determinant A, ma'am, it will be minus A square minus BC. So minus A square minus BC is equals to minus 1. That means A square plus BC should be equals to 1. Now here comes the game of hit and trial. A square plus BC is equals to 1. A square plus BC is equals to 1. And you have to pick elements from minus 1, 0 and 1. We need to make this condition true, and A, B, C should be belonging to minus 1, 0 and 1. A square BC is equals to 1. Now understand first case. If A is equals to 1, okay, 1 or minus 1 also will work. Plus minus 1 and BC is equals to 0. What can happen? So ma'am, 1 comma A comma B comma C, I am talking about A comma B comma C. Ma'am, 1 comma 0, correct? Then minus 1 comma 0, 0. Getting my point? 1 comma 0, minus 1 comma 0, 0. Then 1 comma 0. That is also possible. See, because A is fixed as 1 over here, BC 0 means B is 1, C is 0. And 1 comma 0 comma 1. This is also applicable. Same here goes with the negative sign. So this is 1, 1, 0. And this is minus 1, 1, 0 and 1. Okay. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. One more thing I can see, that this could be 1 minus 1 0. 1 minus 1 0 will also work, and minus 1 0 will also work. Here also 1 0 and minus 1, and minus 1 0 and minus 1. Okay. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 10 matrix over here. 10 matrix. Now A is equals to 0 and BC will give you 1. So BC can give you 1 if both B is equals to C is equals to 1, or B is equals to C is equals to minus 1. So I think from here you will get two values of determinant. So 10 plus 2 will be 12. 12 is the correct answer of this particular question. Have a look. Let me know just in case you are having any doubts. Yes? Everybody getting it? Differential calculus we are going to do tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow, differential calculus. Okay? Perfect. Now, let me bring you to the next question of the day. Now, this again looks like a difficult question, But if you know the ninja technique, now ninja technique is applicable in this question as well. Also, if you have not liked the session, what are you waiting for? Like it right away. Now, this question looks quite scary. What do you think? So many equations, so many things are there. But you know what? This question is not as difficult as possible. If you are aware about one shortcut technique, let me show you. See, that is characteristic equation. There is one long method, but there is one small method as well. Suppose there is A matrix, which is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay, that 3 cross 3 matrix will fulfill or will satisfy this equation, which is A cube minus trace of A times A square plus there will be some constant P into A and minus determinant of A into I is equals to 0. Just understand, any 3 cross 3 matrix will fulfill or will satisfy this particular equation. Okay? Alright, this is the shortcut, or you can call it as a ninja technique. Using this ninja technique, you can decode these type of problems. Now understand, same thing they are giving. They are saying there is a matrix A such that Aij is equals to 0 for I not equals to j. That means non-diagonal elements. They are saying that non-diagonal elements are 0. Non-diagonal elements is equals to 0, correct? And all the diagonal elements are positive. This is a very good question, very good question. All the diagonal elements are, what do we say? Positive. Okay. Now, adjoint of A is another matrix which satisfy this equation. Now understand, A is not satisfying this equation. Rather, adjoint A is satisfying this equation. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take adjoint A as B matrix. Adjoint A is nothing but B matrix. That means B matrix will satisfy this equation. So let me write B cube minus 9B square plus PB minus 27I is equals to 0. If I compare, if I look this matrix equation, okay, if I look this matrix equation, let me go back. Let me tell you that any cubic matrix equation will look like this. A cube minus trace of A. So trace of A will be nothing but negative times the coefficient of A square. Trace of A clearly, so trace of B, can anybody tell me trace of B from here is 9? And one more thing, 27 is nothing but determinant B. So determinant B is nothing but 27. Two things we have got. But we are not interested in trace of B. We are not interested in determinant of B. We are interested in A. So what is B? Now just plug in the value of B right here. So trace of adjoint A is coming out as 9 and determinant of adjoint A is nothing but 27. So from here determinant A square, you remember the property, is equals to 27. Determinant A is nothing but 3 root 3, my dear students. Determinant A is 3 root 3. Option A is absolutely right. But from here, I have to calculate adjoint of A. One thing, non-diagonal elements are 0 and diagonal elements are positive. So why don't I do one thing? I take determinant A. Now this is the concept, okay? This is the concept. For any matrix, now I am talking about determinant A. So determinant A, if I take, determinant A will be, can I take determinant A as AB, A0, 0, 0, B0 and 0, 0, C. This is the diagonal elements. And if I talk about adjoint of A, adjoint of A, okay? So for adjoint of A, understand, To calculate adjoint, you have to calculate adjoint of this. Adjoint of this will be BC. This is 0, 0, 0. Adjoint of B will be AC. 0, 0, 0. And this will be AB. This is adjoint of A matrix. Correct? As per the question, if I go back, trace of adjoint A is given as 9. So, trace of adjoint A is given as AB plus BC plus CA. So, this implies AB plus BC plus CA is coming out as 9, my dear students. AB plus BC plus CA is nothing but 9. Okay? Alright. Yes, BitSat sessions I will be taking. BitSat will be done on this channel. Okay? Yes. And determinant A is 3 root 3. Hold on. Determinant A is 3 root 3. That means ABC. Determinant of diagonal matrix will be what? ABC. So from here, ABC is equals to 3 root 3. Now what to do, ma'am? Because see, if you are looking for trace of A, you are actually looking for A plus B plus C over here. You are looking for A plus B plus C only. Okay? And this is determinant of adjoint of A. So this is actually determinant A power 4, which is equals to 3 root 3 power 4, which is 3 power 4 and 3 square. So 3 power 6, that means option C is also absolutely right. Trace of A inverse is something, these two things we are going to get. Okay. Now this option A and option C are absolutely correct. But understand, now we have to check for option B and option D. How to get A plus B plus C? See something over here. I don't know how many of you have attended my sequence and series lecture, wherein I have told you that there will be a slight hint in the question that the numbers are positive. If the numbers are positive, how option C you are saying? See, okay. I think Shravana, you are not understanding. This is the property adjoint of A. Direct shortcut if you apply determinant A square power square. So power 4. Okay. So this is that property. Alright, see. Now if I talk about, so let me come back to this. You want A plus B plus C. You have ABC and you have AB, BC, CA. Now understand. You have all three numbers A, B, C positive. That means you can apply AM, GM inequality. Okay, I have already told you. Just go and watch my road series, especially that section where I am teaching AM, GM inequality. I have told you very specifically that in the question, indirectly or directly, if they are giving that the numbers are positive, apply AM, GM inequality. But J Advanced obviously will not give you very directly. So this is something which is slightly hidden. You have to apply your brains. Okay. So AM, GM, I'm going to apply. So numbers will be AB plus BC plus CA upon 3. Upon CA upon 3 greater than or equals to. Greater than or equals to. Product of everything. So ABC whole square and 1 by 3. ABC whole square is 27, 27 power 1 by 3. 27 power 1 by 3 will be what? 3. So right hand side is coming out as 3. Left hand side AB plus B is 9 by 3. This is also 3. So 3. Basically when you apply AM, GM inequality, but you will be like, ma'am, what are we even applying? I mean left hand side, right hand side are equal. Yes, we know they will be equal. So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? You need A plus B plus C, that's it. Okay, so let me just show you. AM, GM, the moment you apply, you realize that equality holds true. AM is greater than or equals to, no. AM is equal to GM. Can anybody tell me in the chat box? When exactly your arithmetic mean becomes equal to geometric mean? Arithmetic mean and geometric mean becomes equal. There is a condition when all the numbers are equal. That means AB is equals to BC is equals to CA. So this implies from here we can conclude that AB is equals to BC is equals to CA. Okay, AB is equals to BC is equals to CA. Alright, all the numbers have become equal. So AB, BC, CA, all three are equal. So AB, I will be writing AB. This is also AB, this is also AB. 3 times AB. So using this, 3 times AB is equals to 9. So AB is equals to 3. If AB is 3, 3 cancels, C will be root 3. So if C is root 3, understand, if C is root 3, all the numbers are equal, na? C is root 3, A will be nothing but, so over here AB. Okay, so A into B, C is root 3. So basically A, B and C all are root 3. A is equals to B is equals to C will be root 3. If A, B, C are root 3, then trace of A, my dear students, A plus B plus C will be 3 root 3. Trace of A inverse, option D. Option D. Option D. Hold on. I don't know how many of you know this. If A matrix is your diagonal matrix, A, B, C, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. A inverse will be nothing but 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C. Directly, you don't have to do anything about it. That's it. So, trace of A inverse, anybody? Ma'am, 1 by A plus 1 by B plus 1 by C. A, B, C all are root 3, 1 by root 3 plus 1 by root 3 plus 1 by root 3. 1 by 3 root 3, option D is also absolutely correct. Okay, let me have a seat. You look at it, let me know whether you have any doubts, any confusion. Everybody getting it? Okay. And I don't know, I'm very disappointed with the number of likes today. What has happened, huh? No likes. You don't want me to take JEE Advanced session? Why? This question. All right, this question. Shiva Kumari, all clear. Ma'am, 1 by root 3 into 3. Sorry, 3 by root 3 they are saying. Yes. I think, yes, 3 by root 3. Sorry, option D is wrong, na then? Yes, option D is absolutely wrong. Because trace of A inverse will be 3 by root 3. Option D is wrong. Yes. Okay. Yes, Manas Patni, absolutely. Thank you for correcting it. I wrote correct that 3 by root 3 is the correct answer, but I ticked the incorrect answer. Now, this question can be your worst nightmare. Okay, this question can be your worst nightmare. Yes or no? The moment you see this question, you'll be like, again, ma'am, another scene from the horror movie. And you know what? If I go back and if I show you that question, don't you think this question was also similar, that so many traces, inverse, transpose and whatnot, combination of everything. But you know what? Like this question is also quite scoring. Okay, this question is also quite scoring. Okay, so let's understand 3 cross 3 matrix. Okay, I think this is done. Now they have given 3 matrix E, P and F. E, P, F, 3 matrix are given to you one by one. Option by option we are going to check it out. Okay, understand, this question is actually very easy. So option A, if I talk about option A, JEE Advanced has given that, okay, students will attempt this question, option A, they will get it correct and they'll be happy. So if at all you guys are having partial marking means multi-select question is there. If suppose A, B are correct, C and D are wrong, and if you are only ticking option A, then you are going to get marks, partial marks. But if you are ticking E, A, along with you are doing one incorrect answer, no, you're going to get either whatever minus marking if it is there, or you're getting 0 marking. That's how partial marking works. And it depends on JEE Advanced, because JEE Advanced doesn't have any fixed pattern. Okay. Alrighty. Yes. Clear. So yes, now let's talk about option A, because option A is like just like your game. F is equals to PEP, PEP. Let's calculate PEP matrix. P into E into P, PEP matrix. Everybody help me with PEP matrix, PEP 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. This is P. E 1 2 3 2 3 4 and 8 13 18. And again one more P. Let us copy 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. Okay. So if you multiply, you will realize that basically this matrix P, whenever you pre-multiply or post-multiply, nothing will happen. It's just that it will interchange the rows. That's it. You'll be stunned that this matrix is nothing but game theory matrix. Okay. So 1 0 0 1 2 3. 1 0 0 1 2 3 multiply 1 0 0 1 2 3. So this is just 1. Then this multiply this. So this multiply this. So this is 2. I think first row will be same. If you multiply second row with first, so you are going to get what? This and this, 8. Then 13, 18. Can you see that the moment you multiply P with E, is just that you are going to get E matrix but with row 2 and row 3 interchanged. Did you see? I multiplied E with P, eventually what I got is E matrix but with row 2, row 3 interchange. It's just an observation, it happens. There are some matrices which are having that potential of doing that just row interchange. Now multiply it with 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0. Again, so 1 2 3 1 2 3, I think the first row will, if you just do this, so 1. Then this multiply this. So this is your row 1 multiply row 2. So this is your 3. This multiply this. This is your 2. 1 3 2. Now can you see column interchange is happening, I feel. Then 8 13 18 row 1. So this is your 8. This multiply this. This is your 18. This multiply this is going to get your okay, row 2 and this 13. And the next thing you are getting is 2 4 3. Can you see in this what they have done is this matrix, so they have just done column 2 and column 3 interchange. So I think if you match it with 1 3 2, yes, 8 18 13 2 4 3, this is absolutely true. This is coming out as true. And also if you multiply P with itself, P square, you are going to get identity matrix. So I am not doing that. This is also true. You can do it. Just the basic multiplication. I hope you can do it. Okay. Yes. Option A is absolutely right. Option A did not have much weightage. It is, I don't consider this as an JEE advanced. Basic multiplication they are asking. There is no rocket science. Just the basic calculation. No brains will be applicable over here. But this particular result will be utilized in the option B. Okay. So now let's understand. Determinant of EQ plus PFQ inverse. F matrix. Can you see? Use this. F matrix is nothing but PEP. PEP, PEP. So over here determinant EQ plus P times PEP. And this is Q inverse. This is your LHS. Let me just talk about LHS first. So this is going to give you P. P square is nothing but identity matrix. So use it. So this has become identity already. So EQ plus EPQ inverse. And you know what? E will come out. And actually it will become determinant E. Determinant Q plus PQ inverse. Determinant E. If you now calculate determinant E, this is your E. Can anybody help me in calculating determinant E? Determinant E will be 18 3s are 54 minus 42, so 12, minus 2 into 36 minus 32, 4, plus 3 into 26 minus 24, 2. Can you see 12 minus, this is 8, 12 minus 8 is 4, 4 plus something is wrong. Determinant E, can anybody help? 18 3s are 54 and this is 4 3s are 12 and 12, 13 into 4, right? 12 and 52, sorry, 52. So this is wrong, no? Sorry, 52. 54 minus 52 is nothing but 2. So now I think 2 plus 6 is 8. So 0, 0. Determinant E is 0. Determinant E is 0. Okay? Determinant E, my dear students, is 0. So can you see LHS of the option E? The moment you see this E, it will come out, it will become 0. So this is actually 0. LHS is 0. Now if I talk about RHS, again determinant EQ will get separated, determinant A, determinant Q, so this is also gone 0, determinant EQ. And PFQ inverse, again P is nothing but PFQ inverse now. So this is again PFQ inverse. So PFQ inverse is EPQ. So this is your EPQ only. EPQ. Now E determinant will again 0. So that means option B, both sides are 0. That is also correct. That is also true. Both left hand side, right hand side are 0 over here. Everybody getting it? Understanding it? Okay. Now the next question. Yes. Again, can you see this is determinant E will come out 0 greater than 0. Bullshit, nonsense. Not making any sense. Option C is absolutely wrong. Okay. Alright. And now if I talk about sum of diagonal elements of P inverse EP plus F is equal to the sum of diagonal entries of E plus P inverse FP. Yes. FP. Yes. So I think for this particular thing, we have to go one by one, LHS and RHS, okay. P inverse EP plus F. P inverse EP plus F. P inverse EP plus F is equals to E plus P inverse FP. So that is trace of this and trace of that. Okay, so P inverse EP. So clearly again I am going to use the same thing. F is PEP. F is nothing but PEP. We know that. Okay, first thing is P square is equals to I, and option A you need to utilize nicely. Okay, do not hesitate. And PEP is nothing but F. These two results you are going to utilize. Now one thing, if P square is identity matrix, that means inverse of P is nothing but same P. If multiplication of two matrices is identity matrix, what does that mean? They are inverse of each other, right or wrong? Are you getting my point? So that means P into P is equals to identity matrix. That means P and P both are inverse of each other. Okay, so P inverse is nothing but P. So this is actually PEP plus F. PEP is what? F. So 2F. So trace of 2F is 2 times trace of F. Okay, ma'am. What about this again? E plus PFP. F is nothing but PEP. So P, PEP and one more P. So E plus, can you see P square I? So this is E. So this is 2E. That means you are looking for trace of 2E, 2 times trace of E. Now, twice of trace of F equal to twice of trace of E. Is it true? That we need to check. The last thing. So trace of E, ma'am, 1,318 and trace of F is also 1,318. That means trace of E and F both are equal. So twice of trace, 22, 22, 44, 44. So this is 44. This is also 44. Obviously, we don't have to even calculate it. Option D is absolutely right. Okay. Alrighty. Clear? Yes. Okay. Now, as per the question, let A be a 2 cross 2 matrix. Okay. A be a 2 cross 2 matrix given by this. Okay. And now, as per this question, this is actually a very good question. Very, very good question. Are we up for it? Yes. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. A be a 2 cross 2 matrix where the elements in that 2 cross 2 matrix will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be picked from this. Okay. Now as per the question, you also know that A11, A12, A21, A22. This is your matrix. Okay, sum of all the elements they are saying is 4. This is the condition. Now, which of the following statements are correct? Number of matrix A such that trace of A is equals to 4 is 5 or not? Okay, so number of matrix A such that trace of A should be 4. Trace of A, that means what? Trace of A is nothing but A11 plus A12. So A11 plus A12 should be 4. That means A11 plus A12, if I put the value 4, 4 cancel, that means A21 and A22 will be equal. This implies A21 and A22 is equal. Now understand, A21 and A22 will be picked from this set. And there is no negative term over here. All the terms are positive or 0, non-negative. That means they have to individually be 0. So A21 is coming out as 0, A22 is coming out as 0. Okay, so in the very first case, we know that the matrix which will be formed, non-diagonal elements will be 0 and sum of these two will be 4. This is the condition. Sum of these two will be 4. So the condition can be 2, 2. Then the next, option A I am talking about. Then there can be 3, 1. So there will be 2 matrix. Like this, trace is 4. Okay. Then we are having 1 and 3. Then what do we have? Okay. One more thing. 4, 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 0, 4. This can also work. I think 5 matrix. 5 matrix are there in option A. Option A, 5 is the absolutely correct answer. So option A over here is absolutely correct. Option A is absolutely correct. Getting it? Understanding it? Now the next part. Number of matrices A such that A is invertible. A is invertible means determinant A can never be 0. So number of matrices is such that A is invertible. Determinant A can never be 0. Okay. Is 18. Okay. Alright. Condition is still the same. Now this question is having a different perspective to solve. Understand? Can anybody tell me in the chat box that given this condition, okay, that sum of all the determinants, sum of all the elements of the matrix is 0, can anybody think that what can be the maximum value of determinant? Think like that, think like this. What could be the maximum value of the determinant? So maximum value can be, okay, you want sum 4, correct? So ma'am, see, if you want sum 4, then see, if you try to put like this, 4 and 4, this is not possible. 4 4s are 16. 16 is not possible because sum of diagonal elements will be what? Sum of the determinant will be, sum of elements of determinant will be 8, which we don't want. So it could be 3 and 1. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 1, 4 will work, but determinant of A will become what? 3. Determinant A maximum I am thinking logic of maximum. The next thing can be this, 2 and 2. Now the determinant A can be 4. Yes, yes, absolutely correct. Hai na? Suma Gayatri, absolutely correct. Determinant A can be 4. Determinant A cannot be more than 4. So option B, if I try to do, the maximum value of determinant can be 4. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I am going to think about what elements, what matrices will be possible for this condition. Determinant A being 4, obviously one thing. Second thing is sum of all the elements should be 4. So first is 2, 2, 0, 0. That's it. Okay, anything else? Determinant A being 4, I think there is only one condition. Right or wrong? Only one condition. Only one condition for determinant A is equals to 4. Okay. Determinant A is equals to 3. Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, 3, 1, 0, 0. And one more. 1, 3, 0, 0. This will also help. Okay? Because see, determinant A is 3. You want determinant to be 3. And sum, you have to manage the sum also. Sum of all the elements should be 4. Because now that sum is already 4. The non-diagonal elements has to be 0. You don't have any other option. You can't be experimental about this. Okay? So, determinant A is equals to 3. Now, determinant A is equals to 2. Listen to me carefully. Apply your brains. Determinant A is equals to 2. Determinant A equals to 2 means what? Okay, so determinant A is equals to 2, 1. Okay, but you know what? 2 and 1. So, sum is still 3. I can use my 1 and 0. So, that sum of the elements is 4. Okay, and you can interchange also 1, 2 and 1, 0. And you can interchange this 1 and 0 also. 2, 1, 1, 0 and 2, 1, sorry, 1, 2. 1, 2 and 1, 0. Basically, 4 determinants will be there. Any other option I have for determinant A is equals to 2? I don't think so. Determinant A is equals to 1. Determinant A is equals to 1. Think about it, okay? So, determinant A being equal to 1, so it could be 2, then 1. Okay, let it be 1, 1 and 2, 0. Yes, determinant A is coming out as 1 and 1, 1, 0, 2. One more thing, 3, 1. Okay, no, I can't do that because sum of elements will be this. Okay, think about it. Can I make any other? Can I make any other also? I think, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 though I can see, yes. I think 9. I think we are done. So, 9 matrices. Now you think that there will be another thing. See, if determinant A is -4, that is also available. Now listen to me carefully. See, same, only I am going to talk about one case. Determinant A is becoming -4. So, what you have to do is, you just have to change. Diagonal elements will now become non-diagonal and non-diagonal will become diagonal. So, determinant A, can you see -4? So, same set of elements. No, see, they are asking invertible matrix. That means determinant A non-zero. So, what I have asked is, what could be the maximum value of determinant? Suma is saying 1, 1, 0, 1. No, yes, Suma, 1, 4, all the matrix which you are saying now. Sum, you have two constraints. See, you have two constraints. Determinant A should be 4 and sum of elements should be 4. Determinant should be 4, sum of elements. Determinant 3, sum should be 3. See, so determinant A -4 will have one option. Determinant A -3 will have two options. Determinant A -2 will have 4 options and determinant A -1 will have 2 options. So, 9 multiplied 2 because negative will also be there. So, total how many matrices? 18 matrices are possible, my dear students. 18 matrices. So 18, option B is absolutely correct. Yes, getting it, understanding it? Have a look. Let me know. Okay, yes, Shiva Kumari. Alright, now the next thing, absolute difference between maximum value and the minimum value of determinant A. So, this we have done. Can anybody tell me? Absolute value of maximum value of determinant is 4, minimum value is -4. So, 8, this is also absolutely correct, option C. Okay, option C is also correct. What do you think? Easy question. Next, number of matrices A such that A is either symmetric or skew symmetric, and determinant A is divisible by 2 is what? 5. This is the last question, okay? This is the last question. This is a last part, very good question. Understand. They are saying that matrix A is either symmetric or skew symmetric. Come on. Hello. Skew symmetric. You know what is a skew symmetric matrix? Where diagonal element is 0 and non-diagonal elements may conjugate element will have negative sign or opposite sign of the other. If one element is 2, other should be -2. Can you look at the elements and tell me that skew symmetric matrix is even possible or not? Skew symmetric matrix is not even possible. Yes? Skew symmetric matrix is not even possible. Okay? So, such that A is either symmetric. A is either symmetric. Okay, so symmetric is possible. Symmetric may what, and symmetric along with that again, some constraint is already there. Some constraint is already there. Sum of all the elements should be 4. So symmetric matrix where sum should be 4. So symmetric, you know what? How is the symmetric? Diagonal elements have no condition, but non-diagonal A12 and A21 should be exactly same. These two should be same. So yeah, here so you can just create it, na? So try creating it. Try creating symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix, everybody. Symmetric matrix may diagonal elements, and also in symmetric you have to choose such elements where the sum of all the elements is 4. So this is one symmetric matrix wherein diagonal elements 2, 2, non-diagonals these two should be same. These two should be same. Okay, 1, 3, 0, 0. These two should be same, right? And there will be one more, okay, wherein 3, 1, 0, 0. Okay, correct? Then we are having what? So next is 2, 3. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This is also a skew symmetric, by the way. Diagonal element, no condition. Non-diagonal elements should be equal. Yes, Suma, absolutely possible. 1, 1, 1, 1. What would be the another one? See, this is 4, this is 0. Next two things will be 0. Why? Because see, diagonal is having no condition. It's just that the overall condition is sum should be 4. 2, 0, 0, 2. I think I have already done that. Hai na? 1, 1. I think 5 matrix are possible. Option D is also absolutely right. Yes, all the options are correct, my dear students. Perfecto. Yes or no? Okay, now don't go anywhere because this was the last question, but I have something to show. Okay, So this is what I was talking about. We have Vedantu Learning Centers, okay, in Pan India, and Vedantu Learning Center is having their own advantage. Okay, so if you can see on the screen right here, if you just go to the offline center for J and NEET repeater also, you can see on the screen that 40% scholarship you can avail. So for enrolling, you can check it out, the link which is given in the description box. Here are the centers on the screen, you can see. You can check it out for your siblings also, for your acquaintance also. You can check it out, the Vedantu offline center, and refer them and take the scholarship test which we know, which is known as IV-SET. Okay, through this IV-SET you can get 90%, up to 90% instant scholarship. So quickly register over here. And this is actually relevant, one more thing which is relevant to you guys. Let me just, yes, oops, let me just show it to you. Okay, this is it. So if you can check, yes, so this is the Eklavya batch. Okay, this is specifically dedicated to J Advance. We have a team, we have an in-house team in Vedantu. We have an in-house team since more than a decade, 10 years. They are teaching specifically, they are training specifically for J Advanced. And you know what, just go and check out the result. 1 in 3 J aspirant from that regular batch is getting selected in J Advanced. Okay, so here is the detail of the batch, because over here the material is top notch, the books are top notch, the faculties are top notch, and we know that how to train a student for J Advanced, so that if he is willing to put in the effort, definitely he'll be getting the rank. So if you feel that, ma'am, we have cleared the cutoff, I think that is why you are here in the session. You can check it out, the Eklavya, which is popular among students. You can check it out with other your seniors also at your home comfort. You are getting the benefit of an offline like batch with senior most teachers who are going to teach you in this batch, Eklavya batch. You can check it out, link is again in the description box. And along with that, if you're only looking for rank accelerator books, so you can check it out, rank accelerator books. We pick questions from this book so that students find it very helpful, quite helpful for their upcoming J Advanced. And one more thing, if you're looking for another options apart from J Advanced, other exams, you have your VIT EEE, SRMJ, AEEE, BITSAT, EMSET examination. So you can check it out. Link for the combo test series, extra mile test series. This is, I think, very popular product. So many students have bought this. So just check it out. Link is given in the description box. And this is your Ninja ma'am. We'll meet you in the next session. Tomorrow we have a differential calculus session. So we are going to do that, and your Ninja ma'am is signing off. But before I sign off, let me just check. Thank you, consumer. Thank you. Bye. See you. Do drop in your comments and do drop in what kind of J Advanced session you are looking for. Okay.